So good evening everyone, thank you so much for having me here tonight. My name is Elisabeth Judd and I'm Director of Projects at Elton Consulting in Canberra. I'm a lawyer by trade, but I'm a passionate Canberran, and I'm also passionate about strategic urban policy. So I think that's what leads me here tonight. I've been asked to speak about livability. We're going to talk about what it is to have a livable city, why it's important, and also how we can ensure that our future cities are livable. So how do we define livability? It's actually a really hard thing to define. There are a number of rankings across the globe that tell us whether or not a city is livable, and as part of those, they've got a number of elements that define whether or not livability exists. But when it really comes down to it, what's at the heart of the concept, it's about the sum of the factors that add up to a community's quality of life. It includes the built and natural environment, whether or not the economy is prosperous, whether we have social stability and social equity, whether there's the opportunity to access quality education, whether we have the freedom to be creative and innovative and to have fun. So how does Canberra rate in that context? Many of you will know that a couple of years ago we ranked #1 in the world for livability, both using the OECD rating and also the Property Council AusPol survey rated us #1. And we ranked almost 10 out of 10 across the 8 factors that they looked at, including safety, access to services, civic engagement, environment and health. This is a fantastic news story. It's great for bringing people to Canberra, brought some journalists to Canberra to find out what all the fuss was about, but at the end of the day, why is it important? Who really cares? And the answer is, of course, that we all care because we all aspire to happiness, and at its heart, happiness is the ultimate indicator of whether or not a place we live in is truly livable. As an individual though, livability means different things to us depending on our age, our circumstances and experience. So for a child, for example, livability might mean feeling safe and secure enough to walk from your house down to the local shops to buy an ice cream and then to walk back again. And in fact, that's actually a thing. It's an index called the Popsicle Index, which was coined by Catherine Austin Fitts in the US. But for teenagers, young adults and families, livability might be more about having access to culture, to entertainment, good transport to get to and from where you want to go, having a say in what's happening around you and the opportunity to explore whatever excites you. And for our boomers and older Canberrans, it might mean being able to enjoy the things that you've always wanted to do. To have secure housing, to be part of a community and age in that community, to have access to quality healthcare and to feel safe. And it's not just about us as individuals, it's also about how our city performs for our entire community, how we can take care of those less advantaged than ourselves, how we provide spaces that are accessible to everyone, how we offer new industries, support innovation and drive economic growth, and also how we achieve social cohesion. So how do we ensure that our cities are livable? And it comes down to a number of interconnected elements, each of which is equally important, the pieces that make our livable city the whole that it is. Now, most of our speakers tonight are actually going to touch on these themes in one way or another. So we've heard about the importance of transport and air transport to Canberra. But what I want to talk to you very briefly about tonight is about how important quality spaces for work, like living and playing, are for livability. We should be creating special public places for meeting, socialising, doing business and for having fun. We need to have quality places to live and work and play, and even to park your car. Places that strive to be memorable and pleasant to be in, that are inviting for all ages, of all abilities, day and night. We need to be ambitious in our thinking. Let's not settle for something that's just okay or kind of nice. We should strive for excellence. We should rejoice in beautiful buildings and spaces. We should value good design that excites and inspires us. It doesn't always have to be at a grand scale, but it should still be special and make us feel good. We should embrace new ideas for activation of the city and of our local and town centres. And to do that, we have to argue for a planning framework and interpretation that supports and encourages the best approach, not just a tick-the-box approach. We should be working with the community to create spaces and buildings that make us all proud. And the community is smarter than it thinks it is, so we should give them an opportunity not just to say when a proposal doesn't shape up to be what they want, but also to not be frightened to say what they think is good and what should be. Ultimately, livability is really about those elements that make us feel happy. And so in the words of Daniel Burnham, make no little plans, they have no magic to stir men's blood. and probably themselves will not be realised. Make big plans, aim high in hope and work, let your watchword be order and your beacon beauty.